One of the things that I really want to push in my class is this ability to see the world from a different perspective, in the shoes of policymakers or citizens in low-income countries, and to understand development challenges from where they sit, to understand the way in which the global system works. All right, Wilson Prichard, take one. I'm an associate professor here at the Munk School of Global Affairs and Public Policy, and I teach our first-year course in global development. In broad terms, it's a course about the challenge of global development in countries in the global south. And I think really central to that class is a desire that it not be a class that's just sort of about the aid system, about international NGOs, but instead it's a course that tries to understand the whole range of forces and actors that are shaping development outcomes around the world. The focus of my research is on questions about how to create more efficient, equitable, and accountable tax systems in low-income countries. I think the big aha moment for me in this field was this moment when I realized that taxation wasn't just this sort of technocratic, boring field of accountancy, but actually taxation was very much about the foundation of the social contract across countries. What we value collectively as a society, and what we each contribute to that, and what we all get out from it. We're at the Munk School of Global Affairs and Public Policy Observatory building at 315 Bloor Street. I haven't been here in at least 6 months, so it's nice to be back in my little corner of the world. In normal times, this would be my home away from home, and so I try to make it as welcome as I can. Normally I'd have a nice plant here, the leaves falling down over the books. A little plant here to welcome you into the office. Over here, we have a nice big one here to sit next to you when you're here in office hours. What I'm really looking forward to is being back in this office, having my plants back in this office, and above all, having all of you in this office across the table so we can get to know each other properly. I think one of the most rewarding parts of teaching for me actually has been that I teach in this very niche sort of subject, focused on questions about taxation in low-income countries. And it's when I see students really latch onto that question and begin to see why it's exciting. I had quite a number of students from the Munk School program then go on to work with me through my research center and build their careers in the same field that I've worked in. What I expect from my students is simply that they engage seriously with the material, they engage with an open mind, and they engage with me and with each other, and to challenge themselves, to think hard about big, important questions about the world. What we really need in our future leadership is people who can see issues and challenges from multiple perspectives, who can understand those diverse perspectives, and can find solutions that bring those competing perspectives together. My favorite city in the world is Toronto. My favorite place to eat in Toronto is Pucka on St. Clair Avenue. If I could go anywhere in the world right now, I'd go to Italy so that we can be closer to my partner's family, who we haven't seen for almost a year. I think my favorite musician going back almost 20 years is D'Angelo. The last TV show I binge watched was Schitt's Creek. I don't know which superhero I would want to be, but if I could choose just one power, I'd love to know how to fly. I think it would be a lot of fun, but also offer a beautiful perspective on the world. If I were invited to join a mission to Mars, I think I'd decline because I'm pretty happy here, unless they told me they really, really needed me, but that's pretty hard to imagine. I preferred tea until the crisis hit. Since the crisis hit, I preferred coffee, and I like it strong. A couple of books that I've been reading recently that I've really enjoyed come from the Trickster trilogy by Eden Robinson. Can Munk students change the world? Of course they can.